So this is the Elddis Avante 542, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll take you through these in person here on site. Either side of the spare wheel at the front, in each corner, you'll see two gas bottle tie downs. They are just there to tie down the bottles and to keep them in place while you're travelling. Carry a maximum of two 6 kilogram propane gas bottles on board the van at any point. Also in the bulkhead you'll see a orange pipework coming from the van to the regulator here. The actual fitment that goes into the front of the bottle is a reverse thread fitment, so it needs to be turned the opposite way to a bottle lid to release it from the gas bottle itself. Okay, I've got a front locker stay as well, just tucks down inside there. Coming down the side of the caravan, on the side of the front, you've got your two wind down legs to stabilise the van while it's on site. Again, they are just there for stabilising, not lifting the caravan. Coming further down the side of the van, you see you've got your Ego motor mover and your wheel nuts. We'll talk the wheel nuts before the caravan leaves site so they've been tightened correctly, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover later in the handover video. Coming down the side of the van even further, you've got your water pump connection. You've got two tabs here, one at the top and one at the bottom to release the pump from the housing. Pull the pump out and it'll only fit in one way. As you see, you've got a connection this side and a connection this side, and it relates to the connections on the side of the van. Push them into place and lock it in. You then need to make sure the water pump is fully submerged in water prior to turning the water pump on. If it's not fully submerged inside the water, it could potentially fill the water system up with air rather than water. Then got your heating hot water fluid, which you very simply just pull off, as you can see. You need to remove this prior to igniting anything on gas inside of the caravan. On the back of the van on either side, you've got your two wind down legs again to stabilise the van while it's in sight. You also see you've got your two grey waste pipes coming from the back of the van, where your waste water will come out after it's been through the sinks and the shower. Coming down the left hand side of the van, you've got your toilet flush tank. You'll open this up and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. Then in the bottom, you've got your toilet waste cassette, which you release by pulling up the yellow handle at the bottom and pulling the cassette towards you. Grey neck here turns out 90 degrees to tip the waste away. The yellow cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. You'll need to put 1 litre of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. Coming down the side of the van, you've got two fridge vents. Two fridge vents are very simply there to allow the hot air out of the back of the fridge unit and to let some cool air in. And behind the cover on the top right hand side, you'll also have a gas flue for when the fridge is running on gas. Going towards the front of the caravan, you've got your main power lead coming into the van from the power on site. You've got your 100 amp leisure battery we've put in here to demonstrate everything is working as it should. And then you have the barbecue gas point on the front left hand side. Going on to the inside of the caravan now, so shut the door over. The guys are still cleaning the van at the moment. Come into the van, and as you come down towards the front of the caravan, you'll see you've got some control panels on the wall for heating and hot water, etc. You need to have both of these on for your heating and hot water to work on electric. Once you turn both of these on, the water will automatically start warming up on electric, so you just you flick these on after you've filled the water pump system up. So that's this switch here and this switch here. Like I said, one is for the heating and one is for the hot water. Got your water pump switch down below, which I'm just going to turn off for a moment. Just inside the door, as you come into the caravan, you have got your master power switch for the caravan itself. So when you switch it up, the power will be completely off, apart from the 240 power, which is in the front lights at the front there. Then when I turn the switch on, you'll notice the rest of the 12 volt lighting inside of the caravan coming on. So like I said, you need to have this on for your 12 volt to operate. First thing you're going to do when you come into the caravan is you're going to need to turn on the power and fill up the water system. So you're going to open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. So you're going to open all the taps up completely on the hot side. As you can see, I've already filled the water system up on this van, but we'll still demonstrate how it works. As you can see, the water pressure is just dropping away there. Underneath the seat on the right hand side, as you're looking across the van, you'll see in the cabinet down below that seat that you have your hot water tank, which is just in here. That's a 10 litre hot water tank. And down on the floor you'll see a yellow valve. That yellow valve is your drain down valve for the water system on board the caravan. To fill the water system up, that valve will need to be flat with the floor as it is at the moment, and to drain the water system down, it needs to be pointing upright towards the bottom of the seat. You do need to drain the water system down after each use of the caravan. Once that yellow valve is flat with the floor, you can then, and you've got your active rail connector on the outside and your pump fully submerged, you can come over to your water pump switch, turn the water pump on, and the water system will start filling up. Once it sees water pressure, it will start coming out the pipe, out the taps. To start with, it will spit and splatter slightly like it's doing at the moment. Once you have water running continuously out of every tap on board the caravan, like we have now, then that is the water system full, but you need to do this for every tap on board the van. And then we'll shut all of the taps back off, and that is your water system full. Hopefully there you can see the water system steaming as well, as we've already got it on to warm the water up. So as I said, you've got your two switches here for your electric water heating and your electric heating on board the caravan. But on the side of the cabinet, you'll see two more dials. You've got your ultra store switch, which is your gas water heating. To operate the gas water heating, and you'll also need to use this to boost the water system while you're showering on board the van. You need to spin the outer grey dial to the flame symbol at the bottom here. Green light appears, and if it ignites on gas, this green light will stay lit on its own. If it fails to ignite on gas, the red light will appear next to it, right on cue there, just above my finger. And you can actually control the water temperature on gas, unlike the electric, between 30 and 70 degrees of water temperature. You can also turn the gas supply back off by turning the dial back round to the off position here at the top. You then have your electric heating for the caravan. So you need to have the main power switch on here for this to operate. But if the power switch is turned off just down here, then you'll have no power going to the control switch up on the wall. But down the side, you'll notice 500, 1000 or 2000 watts. What this relates to is the amount of power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. So for instance, if you've got 500 watts available, you spin the dial to the 500 watt symbol, and then you'll be able to control the temperature of the heater on the dial in the centre here. Now, if you're not sure what to set this to, if you ask your site office when you arrive on your holiday, they will be able to advise you of what to set this up to. Turn the heating back off on electric, you spin the dial back to the off position in the centre here. You can also run the heater on gas. So on top of the heater, you'll see that you've got two dials here and an igniter switch. You'll spin the dial round to between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve and hit the igniter at the same time. Once it has ignited on gas, you'll have a pilot light in this window down the front, and you'll need to continue to hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds once it's ignited, then slowly release the valve, then control the temperature of the heater on the dial on top, and then you can turn it back to the off position to isolate the gas supply to the heater itself. On the right hand side top of the heater, you'll see that you've got your option for your blown air heating. So around the caravan in different locations, you'll see these little white vents. So essentially what you'll need to do is, you've got your fan speed on top to control the fan speed. The dot in the centre here indicates the heat is going to come out the front of the heater on its own. The wave symbol on the left hand side is continuous blown air. So essentially the continuous blown air will allow the fans to blow continuously. You can also operate these without the heating bin on. So it acts as a cool air fan. And then you've got A on the right hand side, which cuts in and out with the thermostat on board the caravan for the blown air heating, or for the blown air. So like I said, the A will only work when you have the actual heating on. Coming over to the fridge now. Now the fridge has several different power options. You have a 12 volt mode here on the left hand side. You need to have this switch in the upright position for the 12 volt mode to work as you're connected to the car. If you do not have the right 12 volt or the right connection on the back of your car, then the 12 volt may not work. But the 12 volt supply is only from the car you're towing with, not from the battery on board the caravan. The second switch in here you see is the 240 watt electric, 240 volt electric fridge. So then you can control the temperature of the fridge on electric on this dial just to the right of it. On the right hand side, top of the fridge, you have your option to run your gas fridge. So you need to press the dial in, spin it round to the flame symbol, continue holding the gas valve, then hit the igniter on the right hand side. Once the fridge has ignited on gas, you'll have a pilot light in this little window down the back of the fridge, that little glass window that you can see just about here, as you can see here. And you'll need to continue to hold in the gas valve for 5 to 10 seconds, very similar to what we did with the heater. We then come across to your hob. So it's gas hob, gas grill and gas oven on board this particular caravan. So once the gas bottle is turned on, you can hit your igniter on the front here, and it will allow the hob, grill or cooker to ignite on gas. Coming into the bathroom now, we have a pump flush on the toilet, so you pump it up and down to flush the toilet system. We have a toilet full indicator light on the top right hand side here, which illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see here. Then below the toilet you have your grey waste handle, so you need to pull the grey waste handle into the open position to allow the waste into the cassette. You need to have it in the closed position when you are trying to remove the cassette from underneath the van, or the side of the van should I say. So that is the Elddis Avante 524. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you again. Bye bye.